What would you do if your whole life revolved around you trying to be free, but it felt like everything that you did just tightened the shackles, and the world ruled by power, money, greed? Sometimes we get caught up in that, thinking we need those things to truly be free. This is a story about a young man that thought he needed all of those things for true freedom, but in reality, all he needed was to let go. This is the story of Franklin Saint and how one man on this journey to freedom changed everything in LA. This is Snowfall. Now, these three stooges right here are Franklin Saint, Leon Simmons, and Kevin Hamilton. The three amigos, if you will, on a journey to be rich, powerful, and to get these hoes. Well, right now, they're just on a journey of stopping these kids from stealing from this ice cream truck, but that's besides the point. They're not at the point of being money hungry and trying to take over the world yet, but they will be. Just wait on it. Right now, though, they're going to is this a wrestling match? Yo, I didn't know they was in the WWE. This one of those backyard wrestling joints. Yo, who the fuck is that in that mask? Is that Rey Mysterio? Okay, he's a little bit too big to be Rey Mysterio, but that's besides the point. The guy under that mask is Gustavo, but they be calling him Oso. I don't know why they call him Oso. Maybe it's because he's oh so big. All right, that was crazy. But anyways, my man Oso is being scouted out by two people that are also power hungry, trying to chase money and take over the world. Seems like that's what everyone's trying to do, except for this guy right here. Well, when I say he's not trying to be power hungry and take over the world, I was wrong. He is, but in a different way, through being a good old American CIA agent who wants to put drugs into impoverished communities. But that's besides the point. This is Teddy McDonald, the true antagonist of this series. Some people may not see him that way, but he's a villain. Terrible. To me, he's supposed to be an allegory for the CIA and them putting all these drugs into these impoverished communities. I mean, that's what this whole story is about. Not quite there yet, but we will get there. Trust and believe. Now, Teddy's going with this guy Alejandro, who we see in this scene right here doing a bunch of coke with his partner. His partner ODs, women see it. We don't know what Alejandro did to these women. I, for one, think that Alejandro killed these women. But then again, what do I know? Now, the reason why Alejandro goes to meet Teddy at his place of business is because he learned from his partner that Teddy is also a CIA agent, someone who cares about winning the war against the quote-unquote commies, which is crazy, by the way, but I mean, it is what it is. Now, basically, this is a story as old as time, okay? CIA agent takes drugs, put it in these impoverished communities. He then takes that money to get weapons to provide to the people over there in this foreign country so they can win the war. Drug money, used it to get guns. You've heard this story 1,000 times. I'm not going to focus too much on Teddy's character. I mean, I am, because I mean, he is very relevant and a main character in this series, but I also don't like talking about him too much because he just infuriates me. I mean, look at this fucking guy. First off, you know, any dude with the mustache goatee combo like this is a douchebag, okay? And he got the fucking curly top. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna judge him too much, okay? Because I do look a little crazy when I be woofing too. Like your boy Sin need to go to the barbershop right now. I ain't gonna lie. But that's besides the point. What I am saying is, this dude just looks like he's up to no good. Can't trust any guy that looks like this. But enough about him. Let's go see what my homie Franklin Saint is doing. So my man Franklin, he went to a really fancy school in the valley, stayed with some white guy for a while, who became really good friends with him. His mom obviously wanted him to go there so he could, you know, end up going to college and do something with himself. But that's not what happened. What really happened is he went there, realized that college sucks, was going to cost way too much money, and thought, you know, I'd rather come home and work at a shitty ass convenience store and sell weed. That's what he does. For my favorite characters in the story, the GOATs. This is Jerome and Aunt Louie. They are also very important characters in the story, and they're going to lead to a lot of different plot points later in the different seasons. Speaking of different seasons, I know that you guys are going to want me to do season 2 and then 3 and 4 and 5 and etc. But first, you got to get this video to at least 4,000 likes. But I know y'all can do it. Yo, hold up real quick. Yo, who is this random ass girl banging on Jerome's door? Jerome, I know you in there, you big buff bitch. You better come out here. Hey man, hey, be quiet with all that bullshit now. I know I done laid that pickle on you real nice, but you got to go ahead somewhere, cuz. No, open this door up right now, or there's gonna be a problem. Man, didn't I tell you to leave me? You know what? Hey, Louie, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Go ahead and handle that. See, I told you you shouldn't have f***ed without me. Now she all crazy, acting stupid. So Louis then goes outside and beats the shit out of this woman. I mean, straight dogs her. I mean, Jerome in the front yard getting turned on by the fact that this girl is beating her up. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel him. I'm just saying. Anyways, my man Franklin just came here to get some weed in the bag up, but he ends up going home. And this is his mom, Sissy. Now, I like Sissy for a lot of different reasons. She real as hell, and she really does love Franklin. Sometimes I think she loves him a little bit too much. I mean, this motherfucker just don't listen. You gonna see it later on. Don't worry about it. Now, the next morning, my homie Franklin goes outside and he gets to looking at the beautiful girl next door. Her name is Melody, by the way. They just call her Melly. And that's her dad, Mr. Wright, AKA Andre, AKA he's a police officer. He's gonna become very important later. Just hold on to that. Bro came outside being a protective dad, as he should. But I'm just saying, yo, how you got the dark-skinned main character, but we couldn't get the dark-skinned honey next door? Like, we got to get the light-skinned John? I mean, I'm just saying, I ain't hating on light-skinned women. You feel me? I love black women all equally. But come on, man. Why the heartthrob girl always got to be a light-skinned shorty? Anyways, they get on the bus, and him and Leon are on their way to meet that white guy I was telling you about. You know, the one that became really, really close friends with Saint. His name is Robbie, a.k.a. Robbo, a.k.a. Rob. I mean, however you want to call him. But I just call him Robbie. This dude Leon is a dick on the bus, by the way. Why can't you just turn your music off? I hate hearing shit like that. I'm just saying. Like, I hate when people can't turn their music off. Why is you listening to music out loud like that anyway in public? Bros be having their phone pumping the music. And you know them new iPhones is loud as shit. Like a surround sound speaker. I'm getting on the bus, I hear, these bitches love salsa. And I love Chief Keef, man, but sometimes I ain't trying to hear all that. They asked Leon to turn his radio down. He just turned it up louder. That'd be the problem with black people, man, because why are y'all acting like that? I mean, I understand not conforming for the white folks and all that, but come on, bro, it's common courtesy. Just turn the radio down. Anyways, they pull up on Rob. His dad makes porn, by the way. That's why there's a bunch of people having sex here. Obviously, I can't show that on screen, but I just wanted y'all to know that there's a bunch of women having sex with each other. And also gay dudes. He does all kinds of porn, I'm gonna be honest. Anyways, they get in there, sell some weed, and dip off. My man Teddy, he back at Alejandro's place cleaning up the crime scene. Getting rid of the body, cleaning up all the blood. I mean, he a CIA agent, so you know they know how to do that very well. I'm just saying. Now it's Lucia and Pedro. They're the people that are trying to get Oso to do a job for them. And then also join their family. I'm be honest, I don't know if I want to join the family of this douchebag, but I mean, that's besides the point. I hate Pedro. He's kind of lame. And by kinda, I mean very lame, but that doesn't really matter. But what does matter is that they want Oso to go rob a place, get some money, put it in a bag, dip out. It's a simple job that isn't really going to end up simple, but you know, whatever. Now my man Franklin's working at Chode, a little kind of shitty convenience store ran by this Asian guy. He says that he doesn't want to go to college because he'd rather come back and learn how to run a business and get true freedom. Man, you could have got true freedom by getting a good career, I'm just saying. Get some money, save up, open a business, but instead you stayed home and decided to sell marijuana. You know, I can't judge him too much because at one point in my life, I was selling a lot of drugs. I got caught up, and ever since then, I've been on the straight and narrow. But I just really feel like if, as a community, we could just strive to do better, you know? But it's tough because obviously we have to deal with systemic racism and oppression, but you know, that's another conversation for another video. You know, I'm not here to get into politics and shit, but just know that if you know, you know. Now, Teddy wants back in the game. As I told you, he wants to sell these drugs to provide weapons. In his words, he's 28 years old and he's not ready to give this life up yet. God, I hate Teddy. Anyways, you remember Robbie, the white guy, right? That always needs Franklin to do the black guy thing. Well, he needs him again. But this time, he needs him to go get coke for his girlfriend from this guy, Javi. Crazy, by the way. So he sends Franklin there because he's a big pussy and he doesn't want to talk to Javi. But the thing is, Javi doesn't want to sell him a little bit of coke. He sells a lot of coke, not a little bit of coke, which makes sense, you know? Let me get this straight. So you want me to sell you some coke? Like an 8-ball or something? Man, come on, cuz. I ain't in all that. Get your dumb ass out of my house. Yo, come on, bro. Look, Robbie sent me here because he's scary. Motherfucker, Robbie sent you here? Motherfucking pussy, man. You could come here and get the goddamn coke by itself. And tell that motherfucker go get it from the corner or something. That shit gonna be stepped on. Probably gonna have some fit in it or something. All right, well, listen then. If you don't want to sell me a little bit of coke, front me a key then, man. Front you a key? A key to what? A safety deposit box or something? I'm talking about a key. How can I know I'm supposed to trust you? Cuz, man, I'm trustworthy, bro. Look at me. Okay, you do look like a square. That's true. But all right, how about this? Put this motherfucking vest on. I'm gonna shoot you in your chest. And if you stand there and take it, I'll give you a key. If you move or you flinch, I'm gonna shoot you in your head. How about that? And my man Franklin was like, all right, cool, put the vest on. And that's all Javi needed to see. My man Franklin ain't squirm. He ain't flinch. Because of that, Javi gave him a key for 12 bands and told him he got 1 day to bring it back to him. Now, how the f is this man gonna get 12 bands in 1 day with a key of coke? I'm gonna be honest. They would have smoked his ass in real life. I'm just saying. Now, this dude Teddy all in my house and shit, screaming in the pool because he happy. stupid ass. I hate this dude. He on the phone talking to his wife, who he neglects all the time, by the way, while he's weighing keys of cocaine. You can hear this dude kid in the background, bro. Go be a father, man. He trying to sell coke. So my man Franklin got to figure out how to sell this kid coke. So he goes to the homie Jerome house to ask him if he knows anybody he can get it off to. And I'm gonna be real with you. My man Jerome was not trying to hear that. Hey boy, you coming here with this motherfucking coke? And you know you got your Sean smoking ass aunt in there, man. She high as hell right now. And they're asleep and shit. Man, get out my house with that bullshit, man. Look, Unc, man, I got till tomorrow. Tomorrow? Man, what the fuck? You messing with the motherfucking Peruvians? Who, the Russians or something, man? You messing with the from Grand Theft Auto 4? Well, Unc, that don't matter, man. I'm trying to make some real money here, man. Man, money is just motherfucking paper with crackers' faces on it, man. But Ben Franklin, James Madison, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington. I should have put George Washington Carver on a motherfucking dollar bill, man. Discovered peanut butter, man. I'm just saying. So Jerome kick him out the house, and obviously he goes home and he's stressing. Luckily, Louie heard about the coke. So she pull up on him and asked him if that shit real. Cause if it is, then they can get some real money. You feel me? Now back to the homie Oso. He decides that he's about to go in here, hit this lick, but walked in there, put the code into the alarm, and it didn't work. Okay, let's try it one more time. And okay, we in action. I'm in this motherfucking house trying to get this paper right now. You feel me? So he goes upstairs dressed like a typical burglar in any movie, and he sees some family photos. I mean, after he got the money, of course. But he realizes that Pedro has sent him to rob his own father. Like, yo, you got me robbing your own dad? What kind of shitty ass human being are you? Now, my man Oso is just about to leave, bro. And then he realizes somebody's coming up the steps. So he sees a guy. Bro pulled a gun out and he get the hang. Yo, we kind of punishing this right now. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Did he just flip this dude over the staircase? I think that dude's neck is broke. Yo, one wrong move and my man Oso had to kill somebody, bro. Jesus Christ. Now, as my man Oso was panicking because he just murdered somebody, Teddy's talking with Alejandro about what their next move is. Alejandro's explaining to him that he has a few buyers. They're going to get this money, go get these goddamn weapons, and everything's going to be fine. Now, my man Teddy also sneakily asked this dude if there was anybody else here besides him and Logan when he OD'd. I mean, obviously he knows that there was women here because he found that earring that I told you guys about. But Alejandro lies to him. I don't understand why people be lying, bro. Just tell the truth. Yo, you dealing with a CIA agent who helped you clean up a crime scene. You think he's gonna get mad because you murdered witnesses? Crazy. Anyways, my man Franklin and Louie pull up at this club with a girl that I guess Louie has had some sort of history with. And by some sort of history, I mean they had sex, but probably multiple times, by the way. I don't really know how many times, but it's very evident. You know, as we go along in the season, you'll see why. But anyways, they pull up after getting frisked, pat down, and they took the gun off him. Motherfucker took the gun off of him like the beginning of Arc Raiders. Shit crazy. Oh, Louie, last time I seen you, you spit in my direction and said you weren't coming back. Well, you know, we got some business for you, you know. Oh, okay. Why don't you sit down? Oh, who are you? I'm Franklin. Oh, you're kind of cute. So she decides that she's gonna take them to the back room and says that she's not gonna bite. Come on now. As soon as they walk in there, she pistol whipped Louie in the head and put a gun straight to his dome. God damn, I'm getting pistol whipped, getting smacked in the head. If you don't try this coke and realize that it's that pure cocaine, that nigga hit that shit and said, oh my God. Oh yeah, this the one. That nigga gave Franklin's coke an epithet. That's that legendary coke. That Conqueror's hockey coke. For my One Piece fans, if you know, you know. Now Franklin got a gun to him, but he's being very, very calm. Demure, if you will. I still don't know what that word means, by the way. I've just heard it 1,000 times from very beautiful women. I feel like if beautiful women use it, it must be hip or something that I should use. Sometimes I feel like a bad bit. All right, my bad. That was crazy. Sometimes you got to keep internal thoughts to yourself. Now he tells her, you know, you could kill me right now and that'll be it. Take this key, get up a little bit, or you could let me live, give me 16 G's for the key, and I can keep bringing you keys of coke every single day. Now Louie in the car obviously mad at Saint because she got pistol whipped in her head. Oh, bonked her ass. Hit her like they do in the whack-a-mole games. And she explains to him that you're probably gonna need this gun. This is a cold ass game. You're gonna learn one way or another. And hindsight is 2020. Obviously knowing and watching all of these episodes, Franklin should have took that gun. But hey, what do I know? Now they're on their way home and my man Franklin ends up seeing his father. It's very bad, by the way, because his dad used to be in his life, but now he's a drunk, a wino, if you will. Bro just kind of walks around town, drunk as hell, not knowing what's going on. I also messed up one small part. Earlier, I was thinking ahead too far, and I thought that Teddy was asking Alejandro if it was only him and Logan there because he already had, you know, evidence that that wasn't the case. but I realized that he found the earring at the end of the episode. So therefore, I feel like he probably just asked him that because he had some suspicion, but not evidence yet, if that made sense. I just wanted to clear that up because I know you guys were gonna probably be in the comments like, Sin, you got this wrong, Sin. Every time I get anything wrong, you guys yell at me for however long the video is. It could be 30 minutes or an hour and a half. Either way, I'm getting berated because I made one mistake. Sorry, I went on a small rant about that, but it's PTSD, you know? Or PTCD, actually, post-traumatic comment disease. Anyways, my man Franklin got 16 G's, and now we're on to episode 2. God, I'm counting that money. 16 G's, I gotta give Javi 12. So shit, you already know I got extra 4. What could I possibly do with $4,000? This was the 80s, by the way. That's like $12,000, by the way, in today's money. That's a lot of money, especially if you get it at one time. Now, my man Franklin, he got to go turn that money in. He was about to get on the bus, but he saw some guy on this crotch rocket. I think that's what it's called. I don't know why they call it crotch rocket. That's kind of crazy, but it's a Honda, so it's got to run good. He goes in the building and buys it from the guy. Straight cash. Now, my man got some wheels. He got some extra bread. Things are going good right now. Easy money. But Franklin's saying that this is going to be some easy money. Might be his famous last words. Now, my man Teddy is meeting with Alejandro at the spot again. He got all these keys of coke there, but he's telling him straight up, hey man, we got to go find a new place. This is too flashy. Nobody wants to fucking live here while we're doing this. It just looks suspicious. Now, my man Oso pulls up on Pedro against Lucia. I just realized in this moment when Oso pulled up on these two that this person, his name is not Enrique. When I was watching this, I think that I got confused because Enrique is a guy that they end up killing. This guy's name is Pedro, and the only thing that I can possibly do is have my editor put asterisk Pedro every single time I say Enrique. Or if they want to be cool and make it sound funny, they could take me saying Pedro and cut me out saying Enrique every time and put Pedro instead. I'm just saying that would be kind of funny, editor. Also, leave this in so people know that I made the mistake, and I hope that you did do what I just suggested and put Pedro instead of Enrique. Pedro. That's gonna be so funny, bro. I'm just saying. Anyways, he pulls up and also basically doesn't want to give him the money because he realizes he's a scumbag. You had me rob your father. What kind of shitty ass is you? I don't blame him. I wouldn't be dealing with that. Something wrong with his ass, clearly. Now, she tells Pedro to pull off and she stays. She's gonna use her feminine wiles to get this dude Oso to give up the paper. Now, Alejandro and this dude, Teddy, pull up on Javi to make this deal for this coke. He puts a gun to this dude, Teddy, and tells him to strip naked. Yo, what type of weird ass shit? I mean, he does just want to check for a wire because Teddy's acting all squirmish and he looks like a cop, but that's besides the point. Bro's still tweaking. In the midst of this happening, that guy that Javi shot in the vest comes out with internal bleeding. Bro is tweaking right now. Anyways, Oso's asking her a bunch of questions and I'm trying to figure out if her and Pedro set him up. Obviously they didn't. They have plans, but she's trying to get him to understand that. I mean, to me, it looks like he got set up, so it kind of makes sense. Anyways, my man Franklin goes to pull up on Javi to give him that bread that he owes him and to get some more keys to coke. 2 at that. But Javi has other plans. He wants his man Franklin to drive his Rolls Royce and drop his dying worker off at the hospital. Says if he does this and brings his Rolls Royce back in time, that he'll give him the keys to coke. Obviously, my man Franklin does this. Comes back and he picks that coke up. My man Franklin really doing his thing right now. And so is Teddy by putting a gun on Alejandro once again. Bro shows him an earring and he's like, hey yo man, basically I need to know what happened. Now Alejandro like, what do you think happened? Well, Shen, I'll be honest with you. I think that you killed those girls. I'm just being real, Shen. Like you must have killed them, Shen, because they witnesses. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I would have did the same thing, Shen. I'm just saying. Now, this dude Franklin goes and pulls up on Jerome. He bought this motorcycle, and obviously his mom's not going to let him keep it. So he's asking Jerome if he can keep it at his house. Now, Jerome doesn't want him to because he feels like it's just bringing a bunch of unnecessary drama. And honestly, I can't blame him because this man Franklin is tweaking. I'm just saying. Now, unfortunately, while he's trying to get Jerome to let him leave it there, Sissy shows up. Awkward. Now, Franklin's supposed to be going with Sissy to go help get this woman out of her apartment. See, Sissy, she's like a housing manager for this fucking shitty ass racist white guy. Look at this shit, man. Going and evicting these poor people to be ashamed of herself. Now they go there, take this woman out of the house, and she even has Franklin search the venting duct, and it's a chicken and milk bomb. What the fuck is that? Apparently, if you leave this in the heat long enough, it can become toxic. I guess she was trying to, bomb the place, you know, since she was getting evicted. Terrible, but you know, here's what it is. Now, the racist white guy pulls up while this is happening to watch the eviction process. What kind of weird shit is this, bro? Go find something to do. I was so happy when she threw that milk bomb in his car, bro. Day of Reckoning! Sound like an ultimate on Overwatch 2 or something. Like, I'm just saying. Sound like she on Marvel Rivals. Now, my man go home, and him and his mom have some food, and he ends up telling her that he saw his pops last night, walking around, looking like a bum. But he's still safe though, I guess. Anyways, Lucia and Oso go pop up to go meet Teddy. They about to go make this deal with this coat. And everything pretty much goes smoothly. He tells them Logan's dead, and they be dealing with him and Teddy, who he has told them is Reed Thompson. Yeah, that's right. Bro gave himself an alias. What a CIA thing to do. Now they end up getting the coat. Everything goes good. And Lucia takes them to the warehouse, where they're gonna be breaking down all of the coat, bagging up all the product. Once they break everything down, pay all the fees that they need to, pay the dealers, they're looking at around $2.1 million. That's a lot of motherfucking money. It's like $6 million in today's money. God damn, you know what I could do with $6 million? I could buy 10 bathrooms, I could shit all day. All right, my fault. That's that Lil Wayne right there. What y'all know about that? Anyways, Teddy's on his way after they get this money for this coat to Javi's to go get the other half. I can't believe that he actually showed up to do this though. I mean, this dude had a gun pointed on him earlier and got strip searched. Is this bowling and hitting bottles of alcohol in his house? What the fuck is this? Yo, rich people just be bored. Yo, Sean, I just wanted to stop by and tell you that we won't be doing business together, Sean. What the fuck you mean you ain't doing business together? So you don't want to do business with me? Yo, Sean, I'm just a reasonable man, Sean. You point a gun at me, Sean, and you made me get naked, Sean. I haven't had to do nothing like that since that one Diddy altercation, Sean, and I don't like to talk about that shit. I'm just saying. Man, come on, man. I was nervous, man. So if you was nervous, Sean, all we had to do was sit down and have a discussion like the dog, Sean. Like, you just motherfucker, you put a fucking gun at me, Sean? What type of shit is that? Man, come on, you being the best right now. I'm just saying. Talking about how I pulled a gun at you. Stop being a hoe. Yo, son, now this motherfucker won't call me a hoe, son, because I had a gun pointed at me, son. Yo, you know what? I'ma calm down, son. I'ma relax. But you really got me fucked up right now, son. I'm just saying. Now they decide that they're gonna sit down and have a discussion. Try to figure out business, you know. And my man Franklin on his way home with his new keys of coke. He runs into Mel, who digs in his book bag, by the way, and finds out that he has coke on him. Talking about, where'd you get it from, Franklin? Yo, come on, son. Why would I tell you where I get my coke from? Where'd you get it, Franklin? Hey, go home, Mel. Come on, Franklin. Hey, go home, man. Now, my man Franklin pull up, and he was about to get Louis to go make the deal for that coke. But Louis is in there asleep, so he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna do it on my own. Very stupid. Probably shouldn't have done that, but, you know. How would he know that he was gonna get fucked up for it? Foreshadowing. Not really foreshadowing, it's more like a spoiler, but that's besides the point. Anyways, Lucia and Pedro pull up, and Pedro's dad is pissed. Somebody done stole from him, and it's somebody that knows where the money is, which is one of 5 people. A list of people it could have been. He says that his son believes that Max had a friend and they stole the money. But see, Max is dead, and he basically tells him that if he doesn't get his money back within 1 week, that he'll start investigating everyone. Not good. Not good at all. Now, Lucia and Pedro are up shit's creek without a paddle. They got to figure out how to basically frame someone else so they don't end up getting blamed and then murdered. It's very bad. Very, very bad. Your dad lost his mind. He tossed some bodies across the living room. I mean, what did you think was gonna happen, Lucia? Okay? Like, we shouldn't even have done that in the first place. Oh my God, Pedro, you're such a bitch. I'm a bitch? I kill people, okay? I mean, I've never killed anyone, but that's besides the point. Now, my man Franklin pulled up to go get these keys of coke to Shorty. And she tried to short his ass, but he wasn't going for it. He needed 32 bands for them 2 keys. You feel me? They have a discussion with Claudia, and, you know, my man Franklin gets his money, and he decides that he's gonna leave. Now, my man Franklin gets on this motorcycle, and he's about to pull off. But these pull up on him on the car. Hey man, who you with, cuz? Hey, what you slow? Like we got jokes, nigga? Man, who you with? And they get the jump in this nigga. Oh my God, dogging his ass. Damn. They done took his backpack off him. They done punished him, put the gun to him. Now they should have killed Franklin in this moment. But Ray Ray dumbass talking about, man, don't waste no bullets on this bitch ass. You probably should have wasted some bullets on him. Y'all gonna get yours. I'm just saying. Yo, my man Franklin on the ground tore up right now. God damn. Why they have to do him like that? Beat the shit out of his ass, I'm just saying. Now my man Franklin gets up from this ass whooping. Oh, we're on episode 3, by the way. And he decides that he's gonna go back in there and question Claudia about what happened. Probably a smart idea, because you need to find out who the hell did it. My God, why did they beat his ass like that? You know, when they rob people, you could just put a gun to him and be like, yo, give me your bag. Why do you feel like you gotta beat them up for? I mean, if they start resisting and they act like they're not gonna give their shit up, sure, beat their ass. But other than that, most people are terrified that they're gonna die. So they'll probably just give it to you if you point a gun at them. And I saw you talking to him. Be careful about the shit you say. You a smooth talker, but you don't know shit about business. You poach customers, you can get blowback. Now I know you probably don't like to hear that. But the question is, what you gonna do about it? Man, who are they, man? Now why would I tell you that? Okay, I'll tell you who they are. Next time I buy you, be real nice to me, you feel me? Okay. The names are Lenny and Ray Ray. They ganged up, Western tribe. You ask around, they'll let you know. Have a great day. Yo, Claudia, I ain't gonna lie. If I wasn't selling you this coat, I will do that to you right now. And by do that to you, I mean I will just walk away, because at this point in the series, I'm a hoe. But that's besides the point. Anyways, my man Teddy and Alejandro finally found somebody to get some guns for the war against the commies. I hate saying that, by the way. I'm just saying. Anyways, Teddy realizes that these are U.S. weapons, that they have U.S. military serial numbers on them. They can be traced back to the U.S. That's not good. But my man Alejandro like, look, man, let me get 1 minute with my business partner. Do you know how hard it was to get these rocket launchers, Teddy? Yo, Sean, I'm just saying, how the fuck do you think I was supposed to feel about them being serial numbers on that shit? Like if they use those serial numbers, son, and they trace it back to us, son, it's my ass on a platter, son. You think I want to be on a platter, son? You think I want my ass cheeks on a platter, son? Listen, son, we gonna grind these shits down ourselves, and then we gonna give them to the people, son. That's the only way that we doing this shit. So they decided that that's what they're gonna do. Grind down the serial numbers on their own and then give the weapons over. I ain't gonna lie. When I heard the fact that they was gonna grind down serial numbers, it made me think of that one song, Grinding. I'm just saying, that was before y'all time. What y'all know about that? Now at this point, my man Franklin needs to find a way to get this money back. So he goes to the only person he knows that's in them streets, the homie Leon. And he tells Leon, look, man, we gotta find out who took this bread or I'm dead, son. I mean, my ass is grass. I'm talking about it's gonna be a bunch of Peruvian ass, gangsta ass beating the shit out of me like I'm a pinata. And it ain't candy coming out of me, it's bloods and guts, cuz. Now Leon knows somebody that can help him, but it ain't gonna be free. So they pull up on this dude. His name's Carvel. And Carvel, he a blood. A real big ass blood, by the way. Bro did some time in the prison. So you know he about that life. I mean, not everybody that goes to prison is about that life, though. I know a lot of niggas that was incarcerated that is hoes, but that, you know, that's besides the point. Carvel not one of them. He real deal. Hey, Leon Simmons, man. I ain't seen you since Wayside, man. He was always in solitary, man, fighting them cholos, man. And them kept trying me, cuz. Hey, look, cuz. Some got taken and we gotta get it back, cuz. Man, who did it? Who done the take? Lenny and Ray Ray. Oh yeah, Lenny and Ray Ray. They some hoes. Now, come on, man, let's roll. So him, Leon, and Franklin, they get in the car. They about to go get this paper back. Little do they know, things are about to get a lot more sticky than they think. Dang. Teddy pulls back up to his little, what is this for? Hotel, motel, apartment? I don't even know what this is, bro. It's shitty though, I do know that. And his wife and his kid are there, you know, the ones he neglects because he's a terrible father. I'm not really gonna talk too much about this. He just meets up with her and explains to her what's been going on, what he's gonna be doing, selling these drugs, getting this money, providing weapons. You know, a bunch of classified information that he shouldn't really be telling anybody, but he decides to. That pussy got power, man. I'm just saying. Now, Carvel, Leon, and Franklin, at this point, they pull up at this Lenny crib. He says that Lenny got that money because Ray Ray's a hoe. Now, they pull up and he pretends that he has Franklin at gunpoint to get Lenny to open up the door. They run straight in and bum rush this nigga. Now, they go in there and they end up tying this dude up with an extension cord. Lenny sees Franklin and he's like, oh, you wanted some more of this, cuz? You thought we f***ed you up before, huh? Now, also is pulling up on this guy that he has to kill. They feel like they got to kill somebody to pretty much frame him, make him look like they stole the money to get him off their back. But while he's doing that, he realizes that this dude is in a relationship with a man, a gay relationship. I have no problem with the gay people, obviously. I love everyone in the LGBTQ. That goes without saying. I'm very progressive. Anyways, they got this dude Carvel in here tweaking with a baseball bat, talking about, but they not letting him beat his ass. This ain't gonna last too long though. Now this dude Franklin asked this dude Lenny where his money at, after Leon punched him in his mouth, by the way. And this dude Lenny spit blood on Franklin's face. What the fuck is that? Yo, it's no way. I would have killed them right there. Now this dude Carvel is at this point kinda tired of playing games. They find the book bag, but there ain't no money in it. Now in the midst of them trying to figure out where the money is, Ray Ray bitch ass show up. I feel like I've seen Ray Ray before. Isn't that the dude's cousin from ATL? You know, the one that ended up getting beat up by Big Boy? Am I tweaking right now? Now at this point, my man Carvel's had enough and gets to beating the shit out of this nigga with a baseball bat, bro. Unties him and he starts saying, where my money at, homie? Where the f is my money? My man Franklin looking at him like, my money? That That ain't your money, that's my bread. So he pulls him in the bedroom, and at this point, I'm not gonna lie to you, this dude Carvel, I told you he spent some time in prison. Bro got the hump in this dude Lenny, straight giving him pipe. He raped him. That's crazy. Now this dude also at this point, while this guy is in the house getting humped on, is talking to Lucia and Pedro and telling them that he's gonna have to kill Enrique because this other guy that they wanted him to kill, he's innocent. Bro just in there having a nice little gay relationship. Y'all trying to get me to kill him. Crazy work. Now my man Teddy is, talking to his wife, and she's basically telling him, yo, you don't need to do this. You don't have to do this. Bro not trying to hear that shit. But back at the crib, my man Carvel finds the money. Man, you said a couple grand, huh? Man, Carvel, man, come on, bro. That's my money. And y'all hoe ass niggas, man. It's my bread, blood. Bro took the bread and left with a box of cereal after just graping somebody, bro. Somebody stop him. They got that dude Lenny on the bed looking violated right now. Now my man Teddy pull up back to his warehouse, and he realizes in this moment that his partner done dipped. Bro talking about Teddy you on the door. Yo, that's crazy work. Guess he got tired of grinding all those serial numbers off. Teddy's got to find a way to make things right. I have no idea how he's going to make things right, but that's above me now. Now this dude also done pulled out Lucia and Pedro at this point, and he's got to figure out exactly how he's about to kill this guy, because Enrique is a killer. He's not no soft ass nigga, bro. He really like that. Now they sitting and they waiting for this dude to come back. Bro pulled up in the Jeep. Yo, we got hands. Bro big as shit. Bro, he a security guard. Now Lucia says that she's going to go to his door, get him to let her in, because she's a woman. He'll trust her, and she's gonna leave the door unlocked. This dude Pedro in the front, breathing all hard and shit. His soft ass don't want to be here. Now this dude Franklin pull out the Uncle Jerome house, and he's not there to explain the situation. He's there to get a gun. Fuck that. I'm about to handle this on my own, like a real man. Can't even be mad at him. My nigga really out here trying to get paper and handle business on his own. Tell him he needs a gun, and Jerome doesn't want to give it to him. Really? Hey, nephew, you take that motherfucking gun out of this house. You better be ready to use it, man. If you hesitating, you out of here. Your mom come here wilding out, tripping out of her mind. I ain't gonna tell her I'm the one that gave that motherfucking gun to you. Now, you acting stupid as hell now, nephew. I'm just being real. Man, bro, I'm not trying to hear all that, bro. Get your big burly ass in there and get me a gun, man. I'm about to go handle some business. Oh, this motherfucker talking about he handling business. Motherfucker, what you think? You run an LLC or something? Now, my man Franklin goes home, and he's going through it. A motherfucker is stressed out when the first thing they do is go into a house and they go lay down with their mom. Go change the shirt, lay down, talking about he got hit with some damn shelves at his job. You got your ass beat. Sheesh. Now on to episode 4, where we start off with a doozy. We got Pedro, Gustavo, and Lucia all looking to get rid of a body. The body of Enrique, who also happens to work for Pedro's dad. Anyways, they decided they need to go to a safe house to hide out until things cool down. But honestly, Pedro needs to take this nasty ass fat hoodie off. Bro wearing the hoodie of a depressed high school girl. Bro got a brand deal with Walmart. Anyways, let's see what my man Franklin's doing. And his scary ass is learning how to shoot a gun. You see, my man Franklin is in a bit of a pickle. A pickle where Carvel is running around with his money, and he has to get it back, or the streets are gonna think that they're hoes. I'm gonna be honest with you. The streets probably already think that they're hoes, but that's besides the point. Doesn't change the fact that my man needs to do what he needs to do. Bro out here practicing shooting a gun, and him and Leon are having a tussle off for it. Why are y'all tussling right now for a loaded weapon? What if that goes off and kills you? They don't really think about much. Now, while these two are having a WWE match for a loaded weapon, my man Teddy is in the middle of Nicaragua. Yeah, that's right, in the middle of a damn war. Bro went to a guerrilla warfare safe haven where they're scratching off serial numbers on weapons. Bro followed Alejandro all the way to Nicaragua because he was afraid that they weren't going to scrape the serial numbers off of these rockets. And he was right. This man Alejandro is about to put the whole government at risk because he didn't feel like scraping some serial numbers. Bro, lazy, I ain't gonna lie. Anyways, my man Teddy shows up and yo, hold up. Who the hell is this little ass kid? Intruder! Man, shut your ass up, Popeye. Wait, your name is really Popeye? I was just making a joke, but that's a stupid name, cuz. Oh my God, will you guys shut up? There's an intruder here, some white guy, a gringo. Man, shut your lame ass. Teddy! Yo, Teddy, what the fuck, cuz? Man, how did you even get here, cuz? How did I get here? As in, like, what plane I took, or? Man, shut your dweeb ass up. Bro, how did this motherfucker get here, cuz? Yo, Sean, first off, don't ask me those stupid questions right there. Talking about how did I get here, Sean, okay? I got here just like anybody else got here, Sean, on a plane. And there's some goddamn snakes on this goddamn plane, son. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. My man Franklin is in a little bit of a bind right now with Carvel. So he pulls up at Yo's crib. Bro got a new car, new rims. He's rimmed by $800 a piece. Bro got the 4 Giottos. He put the 4 G's on the Jeep. All right, my fault. I really miss Friday Rich. I remember when he made good music. Sometimes you make an album so good that you never make one as good again. It's crazy. Everyone's gonna always have their best album and then everything else. Damn. Now they pull up at this dude Carvel house, like I said, and this dude is in there turned up. I mean, literally high out of his mind with a passed out shorty on his lap. What type of shenanigans was this man Carvel getting into, bro? What the fuck is that? You know what? I ain't even gonna judge Carvel. But what I am gonna do is ask, why did he stand up for 2 seconds and pass out like that? So obviously they take Carvel, bro, and they put him in the trunk of this brand new car, and they try to sell the car to Avi to pay him back. Bro, Avi don't want no damn car. He wants straight cash. Y'all got this man Carvel in the trunk and you ain't even kill him. So my man Avi told him exactly what they need to be told. So y'all gonna bring me y'all enemies? You ain't even shoot him and you got him alive in the trunk. And then y'all trying to give me this trash ass car. Y'all like I need my cars. I got a Rolls Royce in the front, cuz. I got my fucking gold plated glasses on. I got a badass black bitch here playing tennis. And y'all think that I want this motherfucker in the back of the trunk, cuz? And you know what? Hold on, man. I got y'all. So my man Avi walks away and I'm thinking like, okay, he about to help him out? And he does. By giving him a shovel, take him into the middle of the Mojave Desert like he went Fallout New Vegas and bury his ass. Real shit. Now you got Pedro, Lucia, and Gustavo going through this bullshit with Enrique. You got Teddy in the middle of Nicaragua trying to learn how they making coke. Going here watching the coke process about the coca leaf and all of that. He had to pay a shorty just to give him some information. Kind of crazy. Bro out here with a baseball cap on. Yo, Teddy, you always wearing a baseball cap. You don't even play baseball. Bum ass. How they tell him that take about 4 days for the coke to come through, you know? It's impossible to make it go any faster. Hey, you got her to talk to you. She doesn't like anyone normally. American baseball's big in my city, Teddy. Why do you got a baseball cap on? You don't even look like someone that plays baseball. Actually, you don't look like you ever played a sport before. You look like a dweeb that sits behind a computer and beats his meat. Well, Sean, I'm not gonna lie to you, Sean. I do beat my meat quite a bit, but that's besides the point, okay? Yo, hold on, Sean. How did you get this monkey, son? Yo, you been to the Neverland Ranch? No, but I like ranch with my wings. What? So Franklin and Leon are in this car and they're driving out to the middle of the Mojave Desert. They honestly need to find a way to kill Carvel and to bury him without things getting sticky. But it looks like these two motherfuckers don't know how to do that. And things are just getting increasingly worse as they drive. Because now this nigga Carvel is awake. Bro beating and banging on the trunk like some Mongos. Hey, cuz, man, get me off this trunk, cuz. Oh, shit. Oh, man, this dude done woke up, Leon. Man, I told you should have shot his ass, cuz. Should have killed him while he was there, cuz. Now look, he awake in the trunk. Bro beating like some 808s. It doesn't help that they're driving and they done pulled up on men working on the side of the road. They had to turn the radio up just to keep them from hearing them in the trunk. Now Leon and Franklin keep driving, bro, and they're thinking that everything is okay because the noise stops. They think that this man Carvel done passed out in the trunk. But what really happened is he found the screwdriver and started poking the back of the seat. Bro was not playing with them, cuz. He about to pop straight out of there. So they end up stopping the car and Carvel jump out of the trunk. Now Leon already done started shooting through the back. He fire. So now that he out the car, he shoot him again. Fire. They hit him this time. So even though he done ran away, they'll be able to find him. Cause bro was leaking blood everywhere. Now back at the camp, my man Teddy is talking to this kid over and over again, asking him a bunch of questions, and I didn't really understand why at first. And then it dawned on me. He's asking this kid questions because this kid has been trying to get them killed the whole time. The only reason the kid hasn't succeeded in giving the information on where this camp is at is because he didn't attach the battery properly to the signaling device. This man Teddy, I ain't gonna lie, he kind of good with talking. Like, how did he figure out that this kid was lying to him like that? I can't imagine trying to outsmart somebody like this. You get to talking to somebody and he just know you lying. Now there's some trouble in Paradise other places as well, because Lucia is very mad at Pedro for reasons that make a lot of sense. She's upset with him because this dumbass dude almost let someone kill her. When they were trying to kill Enrique, he was about to smoke Lucia's ass, literally kill her. And this dude Pedro was just standing there looking stupid the whole time. How you gonna let somebody kill your first cousin like that? You didn't even try to stop him. You scary as shit. I stopped being young homie too after that. Now back in the Mojave Desert where this dude Carvel is, they cannot find his ass. They keep following the blood and they lost it. But eventually they find it again and they see him sitting behind this pillar. Now my man Franklin got the gun in his hand, bro. I know that they hot out there because he got a whole bunch of sweat around his collar. So they walk up on this man Carvel, bro, and he just looking like, damn, I know he about to smoke my ass. Bro talking about, please, Hey, yo, bro, I'm not feeling no empathy for you, my boy. You was literally an episode ago in there humping on Lenny. How could you possibly feel bad for somebody that would grape someone? I feel like any type of rapist or molesters, they need to get smoked, bro. Like, please get them out of here, respectfully. And bro talking about, please, sir, please, can I have some more? I would have been smoked him. I wouldn't even have let him been able to talk to me like that. They even say please. Hell wrong with him. Anyways, my man Franklin couldn't do it, bro. Bro didn't have enough in him. Hey, yo, that was crazy. He ain't have enough in him. Pause. So my man Leon take the gun from Franklin and he do the dirty work. This is gonna happen a good amount of times in the series until my man Franklin grows some balls. But until then, he be having other people do his work for him. And that's exactly what happened. Had Leon do it, because he was too put to. Leon really smoked his ass too, I ain't gonna lie. No hesitation. Dead his ass. Now back at the Teddy camp, Teddy is upset because they have to murder this child that was about to get them all killed. Teddy wanted to keep him as a hostage, you know, get information from him, things like that. But that ain't how things are gonna work here. I think instead of doing that, we're just gonna shoot the kid because he tried to murder us all. And you know what? Can't even be too mad about it. Bro was literally about to get them all slaughtered. Now Shorty done walked up to Teddy after smoking this kid and hands him a picture of her and Alejandro together. That's Alejandro's wife. She tells Teddy to give it to him and say, don't forget that I'm here in the middle of Nicaragua fighting this war. Why you over there playing drug dealer with Teddy? That's not exactly what she said, but I mean, honestly, that's probably what she felt. Back on the American side, my man Franklin got to get money for Javi. So he sells his crotch rocket. He sells the caddy with the rims on it. They don't put the 4Gs on the Jeep. All right, my fault. I'm sorry. Now he gets this money because, you know, he got to pay Javi back. Because if he doesn't, he gonna have the Peruvians on his ass. Keep calling this man Javi Peruvian, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what he is. Motherfucker could be a Spaniard, Czechoslovakian, Persian. I don't know. But anyways, he returns the money to Javi and he's been through enough. So he tells Javi that he's done. He's out. And Javi was like, man, you lasted a lot longer than I thought you would, kid. This line of work ain't for everybody. My man Franklin gave up the drug game 4 episodes in, man. That shit trash. Now that my man Teddy McDonald, aka Reed Thompson, aka fake ass oppressor, has decided that they're not gonna land in Hawthorne and instead land somewhere else, which ended up making them stranded. We are now in the middle of the Mojave Desert, like it's Fallout New Vegas. I know I talk a lot about Fallout New Vegas. I like Fallout a lot. You probably realized that by now. But now, we're on episode 5, in the midst of his plight. What could Teddy McDonald possibly do to get them out of this scenario? Now, the reason why he did this to Alejandro is because he can't trust him. He feels like if they landed in Hawthorne that something bad was going to await them. Just like every single other time they've done anything. My thing is, Reed, you gotta get over it. By the way, I'm gonna call him Reed and Teddy sometimes. I mean, they're the same person. It's just the way my weird brain works. Anyways, back at the sorority sister Coke house, Oso is bagging up. But there's a huge problem. The problem is, they have all this coke and no one to sell it to. And I mean, coke isn't one of those drugs you can just go sling on the corner. I mean, you can, but like no one can afford good coke. That's the biggest problem that they're running into. Cause like, yeah, you know, I got that coke on deck, but who the hell can afford a $50 8-ball in 1985? I don't know if it's 1985, by the way, but you know what I'm saying. Shit's expensive as fuck. So now that they have this dilemma, Oso and Lucia, they gotta come up with a way to get this coke off. My man Oso, he's got a plan that might end up with them being robbed and killed, but it's better than just sitting there and then going broke. Back at the Saint residence, my man Franklin has been digging around in some pictures and found the picture of his dad back when he was actually in the Black Panthers and not some weird drunk wino. The dad walking around like a walking dead zombie, smelling of alcohol, regret, and a little bit of aftershave. Now Franklin's in a bit of a pickle, a dilemma if you will. You see, his mom is kind of worried about him calling out sick all the time. So he has to tell the truth, that he quit shows. He act like he quit because he didn't like the job, but we all know the real truth. He's selling drugs. But right now, he ain't got no damn drugs. Bro almost lost his life and he don't want to do it no more. Feel bad for him. Anyways, he's been thinking about his dad a lot. So he goes around town to look for him and he ends up at the bookings. See, his dad got arrested for being a drunk ass wino that smells of regret, liquor, and a little bit of aftershave. All right, my fault. I'm probably going to bring that joke back a few times. I'm just letting you know. So he goes to go bail him out, which is crazy because, you know, he just lost his job. He almost got murdered. He probably doesn't have a lot of money. Oh yeah, by the way, it's the 4th of July. I don't know if that's, you know, super relevant, but I guess it is because my man Oso doesn't have anything to do. This doing pull-ups on the plumbing, bro. Like, you're not in prison, Oso, relax. So my man Pedro shows up randomly and he tells him, hey man, we're having a party, a 4th of July get together. Oso's kind of apprehensive in going because you know, Pedro's dad's there, the guy who they robbed, you know, when he murdered Max and then he later murdered Enrique. Yeah, bro got 2 bodies on him from the same organization, bro. If Pedro's dad finds out, it's over. They're getting cooked. Speaking of getting cooked, my man Teddy is getting baked under the sun. He is out there looking like a baked Lay's right now. My man Alejandro is dying of heat exhaustion right now. I don't know what this man Teddy thought was about to happen. Motherfucker been spilling water, can't fly no plane, and his partner is passed out. This nigga's in a heat coma, and their cover blew in the wind. Bro was just trying to keep my man Alejandro hydrated, lost their cover, and dropped the water. Motherfucker done lost 2 days of water. I remember watching this for the first time, and I thought that Alejandro was dead. Like, this man Teddy is punching him in his mouth, like, which is crazy. Like, why are you hitting this nigga? He's clearly fucked up right now. You know who else is fucked up right now? Everybody at Jerome and Louie's 4th of July party. Yo, it's nothing but bad jaunts walking around. Yo, hold on real quick. Did he just kiss this nigga girl on the cheek? You see, stuff like that is not flying with me, my nigga. Don't put your lips on my girl. Fuck around and murder your dumb ass. Now, this 4th of July party going good, man. You got the bad shorties there. Everybody having a good time. And Franklin's dad showed up. Now, he says he's there to thank his son for bailing him out. But, you know, clearly, Sissy not trying to hear that. You get out of here, you bum ass nigga. You thought that I was gonna let you slide? Yo, mom, let me talk to my... No. F that. This nigga smell like regret, a little bit of liquor, and some aftershave. I'm tired of this nigga. Man, come on, man. Let me talk to my son, man. He got me out the clink this morning. Oh, so you want to bail this bum ass nigga out, Franklin? Oh, that's what we doing? Okay, all right, cool. That's your motherfucking funeral. Motherfucking pictures wasn't enough. You gotta drag this nigga here? Man, we can't do this, man. You know how this starts. Mom, you don't want to let him stay in the first place. Oh, don't get it twisted. Motherfucker got an hour and he gone. Bum ass. Yo, who is this dude outside lifting weights, yo? Let's be doing anything to impress the shorties, bro. Out there doing curls, man. Now, this dude Franklin outside talking to Jerome and Louie, and Jerome's trying to find out why he had to lose his piece. Why didn't I get my gun back? Obviously, my man Franklin don't want to talk about that. You know, the fact that him and Leon had to murder someone, but we'll address that later. Right now, my man Oso done popped up at the party. Welcome to the party. Think he popped smoke? Yo, why is he wearing a tie right now, bro? This is not a formal event. They came dressed like somebody graduating. Like, yo, relax. So Pedro introduces this dude Oso to his father, bro. And he's like, yo, go talk to my dad and tell him how you can be of use to us, which is probably the worst thing possible. I mean, on one hand, I kind of get it, Pedro, you know, let him talk to his dad so it doesn't seem so suspicious that he's here. You know, this random ass dude that they never ever talk to or know nothing about. But then on the other hand, this is a random ass dude that they never talk to and know nothing about. So I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Might think it's a smart thing, bro, but I don't know, Pedro. Now, my man Teddy's still going through it in the middle of the desert. That's not important. Don't really care. And my man Franklin literally is having an argument with his dad about the fact that he thinks he's a man, but clearly he isn't. Because you're going to look for your dad, bro. Why are you looking for your dad if you a man, bro? You clearly need your pops. I'm just saying. Yo, hold up. Is that gunshots? Okay, never mind. It's just Jerome's whole box of fireworks exploding. Nigga on the roof with exploding fireworks. Yo, wait a minute. Speaking of exploding fireworks, explosions. I wonder if that nigga Teddy plane's gonna explode if it gets left in the heat too long. Speaking of plane, I wonder if they're ever gonna get out of there. Wait a minute. I just got word. Alejandro's awake. Oh my God. Alejandro. I thought you would never wake up. Is this drooling right now? Yo, somebody help him. Yo, you need to get him some water in a little bowl to catch the drool. Yo, something going on with him. But it looks like he's awake enough to fly the plane. So I guess my man Teddy might get home after all. Wow. Anyways, back at the party, here comes the stupid ass pigs, bro. Nobody likes swine. Nobody likes cops, my guy. Like, go ahead with that bullshit. Now, the cops showed up in there because they had a noise complaint, you know, because the fireworks went off. So, you know, obviously someone called and said that someone was shooting. It's not what happened. As soon as the cops pull up, though, I hear someone in the background, you need to check these nuts. Okay, it would have been hard for me not to laugh as a police officer there. But anyways, obviously Franklin steps up and ends up getting put in a chokehold like an idiot. Bro trying to be a martyr like his father, bro. Getting put in a fucking rear naked choke like he in a UFC match. If Andre didn't pop up, Melody's dad, motherfucker would've got cooked. They was about to shoot him. So he pops up and obviously everybody still hates him, bro. Even Jerome was like, yo, get the fuck up away from my nephew. Like, yo, Jerome, calm down. Big as shit, boy. Anyways, the party continued after this. Obviously, Andre took Melody home, which kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. Now, my man Franklin sitting there putting ice in his goddamn throat from when that cop just put him in a rear naked choke. Bro got the throat pain of a girl that caused some crazy neck. I'm just saying. That was mom checking on him, obviously. He says he's all right. He gonna figure it out. Now, this whole situation could have been avoided if he had just been honest from the beginning about his dad. But this situation did open his eyes up. It made him realize that his mom needs him more than he think. And that's why he decided that he was gonna go back to hobbies. Him and his people. They was gonna get that coke, cause it ain't no joke. You feel me? All right, that was trash, my fault. Now my man also is back talking to Lucia. And you remember earlier I told you he had an idea. He breaks it down to her. But the stipulation is if he does get this to work and they sell this coke, he wants to be an equal partner, which my man Pedro probably not gonna like too much. But then again, my man also don't care what Pedro think. Fuck Pedro. And that's real. So now we got Lucia and Oso about to enact the plan to sell some coke. We got Teddy and Alejandro about to land. And we got my man Franklin deciding he about to sell coke too. Things is coming full circle, man. It's about to get real sticky in episode 6. Strap in. Now speaking of episode 6, here we are. And my man Teddy on the phone to Alejandro basically telling him that he got to get that coke off. That the faster he gets the coke off, the faster things get done and they can get them weapons back to that country. It must be great being backed by the CIA, but also being used as a pawn. Bro, basically making you a glorified drug runner. Kind of crazy. While Teddy gets to live his life and act like everything's normal. Anyways, my man Franklin decided that he's about to go get that coke from Javi, and that's what he did. Then he pulls up on Claudia to get that shit off. He got 4 keys this time, but he brought the 3 stooges with him, Kev and Leon. Hey, her ass fat, cuz. Yo, on God, her ass fat. I ain't even gonna lie to you. God damn. Man, will y'all shut up with that bullshit? Man, I thought you was serious, young blood. Man, I am, man. You know, I just gotta have people around me I can trust. I'm about to teach you something right now. It ain't nobody you can trust in this game. I'm only taking 2, and I got 4, man. They all pure. And I told you I ain't no drug dealer. I just entertain. She in here talking about she don't got nobody for him to sell these other 2 bricks to, and that he gonna catch fire being on these 4 blocks. She also in there showing her little leg off. You need to put your old ass leg up. Now the biggest issue that my man Franklin has isn't the fact that he can't get these keys off. It's the fact that man Lenny and Ray Ray is on the prowl. You know, my man Lenny, he still feels some type of way about what happened. Carvel popped up, beat him up with a bat, ended up graping him. I'd be mad too. Lucky for him, Andre just happened to be outside, cause if not, they was about to smoke their ass. Now look at these dudes acting like they ain't got no troubles in the world. In there throwing money around, playing with keys of coke. Like these dudes is tripping right now. They need to be on their P's and Q's. P's and Q's stand for pounds and quarters, cause he's got a straight drop right now. I'm just saying. Now they in there, and this dude Kev is clearly a drug addict waiting to happen, bro. He talking about, hey yo, can we try it? You know what I'm saying? How we gonna know what it's like if we ain't trying this shit? Now they in there trying to step on the coke, bro. That's the one thing you should never do is step on the coke, bro. They in there putting motherfucking baby formula on it. Like, come on, bro. Didn't y'all learn anything from any movie ever? You start stepping on that coke, bro, people gonna know. Now my man Franklin ended up getting a knock at the door, but he goes there and there ain't nobody there. And that's because it smelled weird ass sneaking through the bedroom window again. Bro, she weird, bro. You know, I used to think that she was pretty. And then the more I watch this, I'm like, she's so weird. It's like she's not pretty to me. Like, I don't know, man. Then again, I have a bias. I can't be hating on light-skinned women. But that's besides the point, and that's probably because I'm light-skinned as hell. But, you know, I can't help that. I mean, I like my, you know what I mean, black, beautiful queens, brown and dark. You know what I mean? That's just how I like it. But, you know, that's besides the point. Sometimes light-skinned girls, you know, they're beautiful as hell. You know what I mean? But this one in particular, just a little weird. So, you know, she's just strange to me. Anyways, Franklin ends up kicking them all out though because they in there doing coke and counting money, bro. How y'all in there getting high off your own supply, bro? That's rule number 1. You don't do that. Now my man also, he had a little partner that he came to LA with, his homie Hernan, who is very sick right now. I think he has cancer, I'm not sure. I think that was chemo maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but they go to the hospital to go talk to him. But then 2 seconds later, I realized it's dialysis. Either way, this dude is extremely sick. You can tell by the way he looks and, you know, obviously him being in a wheelchair with tubes in his nose. But he's trying to basically get a meeting with this guy's gang. You know, Hernan got some brothers from other mothers. You feel me? And he's just trying to get a meet with his boss, trying to get this coke off. He in there manipulating the shit out of Hernan ass, talking about, oh, you want, so let me pay you back. Bro, you dipped on him when y'all got to LA. Now this on dialysis, bro. This dude might die. Like, you know what? Got it. Now this dude Teddy is going through it, man. And he basically is having this midlife crisis moment where he's like, yo, I want to be closer to my girl and my kid. I got to get away from the job, son. I need to come see you and James. Obviously his wife or girl, are they married? Anyway, she basically gives in at some point and says that he can pop up under one stipulation. You gotta bring her Thai food. Anytime a girl act like that, you know she wants some dick, bro. I guarantee you. As soon as he gets there, laying the pickle, bro. That's just how that works. Now my man Franklin pull up at Louie and Jerome's house and he gives my man Jerome some bread for the gun that he had to dispose of. But he's trying to figure out why my man Jerome won't get in the coke game with him. Jerome break it down to him just like this. Look, man. Hey man, nephew, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. That yo ain't no good, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, here you go. You think you selling some coke? And then boom, Mexican cartel get your ass. Pigs get your ass. You know what I'm saying? You can't even trust nobody with this coke shit. Motherfuckers get to killing you and shit. You think everything's sweet. You know what I'm saying? Think your dog. And then next thing you know, boom. I'll shoot you in your goddamn head. I'm just saying, nephew, like, man, shit get real. So you not getting in the coke game because you soft? Like, I don't understand. Man, motherfucker, nephew, I ain't soft, man. You know what, man? I'm about to beat your ass in here, cut, man. Get out of my house with that bullshit, man. So my man Franklin, he like, all right, cool, I'm gonna leave. But you know I ain't gonna give up. Oh yeah, by the way, Teddy, he giving her some pickle, bro. I told you, bro. I told you. Obviously, I can't show you on screen. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Look like two uncooked chicken thighs were just slapping against each other. Him and his wife are having a discussion about how he wants to get a little bit away from the op, how he wants to, you know, leave things alone. But we both know that that's not the case. Dude is a liar. People like Teddy, you just can't trust them, bro. For multiple reasons, but the main reason is they're white and they work for the government. I'm just saying. Now, at this point, my man Jerome wants Franklin to understand why selling coke is a bad idea. So he texts on one of his buddies so he can explain to him what happened to him when he was trying to sling that coke. Man, back in the day, man, 65, 70, I'm saying, we all had purpose, man. Protests, getting money. In the middle of this conversation, his shorty come in here, get the tweaking, bro. Speaking in Korean, I think. Bro, can you calm down, bro? God damn. Activision doesn't pay. Nigga, did you say Activision, bro? You talking about the nigga that made Tony Hawk Pro Skater? Nah, man, activism. Little dumbass. Man, you gotta be careful what you playing with, man. It's one gang that runs the whole cocaine flow, man. The Mexicanos. And they dangerous. You be thinking everything's sweet, and then they blow your ass up. Got you out here missing testicles and shit. Now, this gang that he's telling my man Franklin about happens to be the gang that Oso is also meeting with. As you can see, there's gonna be a run-in, and it's not gonna be good. Yo, hold up, Lucia, you getting out the shot glasses? What you trying to get my man Oso drunk? Now, Oso and Lucia at this point, after, you know, taking a couple shots, decide that they're gonna go pop up and have a little visit. So they get there, bro, and these dudes is in there tweaking, doing coke, wilding out. This one guy's like, yo, what you wanna fight, yo? What you wanna fight me? Hey, I say, I'm not here to fight, man. Hey, yo, calm down with that fake ass Hispanic accent, man. That shit trash. Is you fighting or not? Oh, what you want to fight me? If I can't sound like I'm Hispanic, I'm gonna sound like Batman. Think he Batman, bro? What you about to protect El Gotham? You feel me? So they got to make this dude Oso fight, bro, to prove that he has cojones. In the meantime of him, you know, getting in a fight, this dude Franklin done buttered his mom up, brought her snacks and everything, just so he can borrow her car to head over to where this gang is located and try to see if they could maybe, possibly take his coke. Now, this dude Oso is getting busy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he's actually getting busy right now. I mean, they're basically giving each other just body shots, which is like kinda ass, but I mean, hey, man, it is what it is. Come here. Oh my God. Come here. Come here. Damn, why they drop his ass? Mock up, Mickey, mock up. Now, my dude really did knock this dude out though, and because of that, they're gonna actually deal with him. Actually buy some coke from this guy. And by this guy, I mean him and Lucia, but that's besides the point. Now, my man Franklin pulls up, bro, and the problem is they're having a little event this day. And because of this, they get the tweaking on this nigga, bro. Hey, what's going on, man? What you lost? Nah, man, it ain't nothing, bro. I am lost, actually. They call me Roanoa Zorro where I'm from, bro. I'm always getting lost. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Wait, what's your name, man? I'm Franklin. Okay, Godspeed, Franklin. And right as this dude pulled off, they bust the window open and pull him out. They about to kill his ass, but Oso was there. And obviously he knows him. Bro talking about, I'm just trying to sell y'all a product, bro. I'm trying to sell y'all my product. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Thankfully, Oso and Lucia pulled up when they did, though, because they was about to kill Franklin ass. Oso obviously tells them, hey, man, get in the car. Get the fuck up out of here. Because you're tweaking. Bro, you trying to sell drugs to Mexicans, bro? And you're black in LA in the 80s? Come on, bro. Like, come on, Franklin. I'm just saying, bro. That's some dumb ass shit. Now, he shake my man Oso hand. He tells him if he ever needs anything, just to look him up. This is going to come back very soon and be pretty relevant. Also, at the end of the episode, my man Teddy and Alejandro pull up to get some food, and they are seeing missing women posters. Yeah, like a missing poster with a woman on it that Alejandro killed in that house. Crazy work. Now, my man Franklin pulls back up to his mom's house on episode 7. Everything cool, besides the fact that he's beat up again, and he had to lie to his mom and tell her that some kid threw a baseball in the window and he had to go get it fixed. Oh, it's okay, baby. Thanks for fixing it. And I ain't want to interrupt the spades thing. That's why I ain't call you, man. You do good? Oh yeah, me and Betty, we was cooking shit. So my man Franklin go back to the table. He get on the phone and he talked to this dude Kev. Remember, Kev was telling him that he got a cousin out Oakland. Well, I mean, Kev was on coke at the time when he told him this, so obviously Franklin probably wasn't really paying attention, but he did though. Anyways, Kev got a cousin out Oakland that got some connects. So my man, he figured, okay, cool, we going out Oakland. So now we got some moving parts. We got Lucia and also dealing with the little Mexicanos and all that. You got Teddy and Alejandro, they in the middle of somewhere. I don't know where they at right now. And then you got my man Franklin going with Kev and Leon all the way to Oakland. trying to figure out what they can do with this motherfucking coat to try to get some more paper. Now, in the beginning of episode 7, besides Franklin trying to figure out how he's getting to Oakland, we also have Teddy and Alejandro trying to figure out any information they can on these women. The problem is the woman that is putting these missing posters up is the sister of the person that's missing. They got to figure out as much information as they can about her to make sure she doesn't go to police, doesn't, drag up any unwanted attention that would inevitably go back to Teddy. Also, Lucia and Oso decided that they were going to have sex, and Pedro weird ass walked in and started listening to it. Why does he look so mad about the fact that they're having sex, bro? That's his cousin. Motherfucker look like he mad like it's his girl. Like, come on, man. Now, my man Leon, Kev, and Franklin, they're at the store getting some stuff ready. So my man Kev, his family got some shit set up out there. So they pull up at some like biker rally thing. Now he go in there, and I ain't gonna lie, these people was in here getting lit. I'm talking about drugs, alcohol, all types of shit. Now they go in there, bro, and people acting like they don't even know who this dude Kev is. Bro talking about, yo, my cousin Devin. Niggas acting like they don't even know who Devin is, though. Big ass dude talking about, man, get out my way, cuz. Yo, why this dude Kevin here dressed like he from Run DMC, man? Anyways, he ends up running into his cousin. And even though this dude Kev dressed like he from New York, his cousin isn't. Now Franklin trying to talk to the dude and get straight to business. But Devin's cousin is telling him straight up, hey man, Lil Joe not gonna be here for an hour, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think that this man Franklin wrong for feeling weird in this situation. It ain't nothing but weirdos in here, bro. Dude in here getting a bad tattoo, got a fat chick walking around asking about his backpack, talking about what you in school. You got people in this joint having orgies and shit. Like, bro, this joint is crazy. Now obviously most of these people in here are drug addicts, bro, so they're asking him about his backpack because they know he's holding. This dude is clearly on drugs. He ran out of that orgy tent talking about, the pussy turned to a mouth on me, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's the type of pussy you need, bro. That shit turned to a mouth? You know it's crazy. Anyways, back over at Lucia, Oso, and Pedro, my man Oso seemed to have stepped out for a minute, and Pedro and Lucia are here. My man Pedro talking about he want his cut. Now he already know what is about to happen. I made him a partner. It's the only way he would help us. Okay, yeah, sure. You pay him out of your cut. What do you mean, Pedro? How you insulting me like this? You giving away our business? 1/3 of it to some random guy? You acting like a bitch right now. Pedro, come on, we needed him. No, we don't need him. You fucking him? Excuse me? Man, you heard me. Now, obviously, Lucia lies and says that she's not fucking him, but Pedro heard them having sex. So obviously, he knows already. And he was just trying to see if he could trust his cousin. Kind of feel bad for him, but then again, I don't, because he's a big pussy. So, it is what it is. Anyway, my man Franklin is walking around Oakland. Why does Oakland look so bad in the 80s? Like, what is going on here? Maybe it's just the area of Oakland he was in. I don't know. But he just wandering around because his dad used to be here. Now, they used to have Black Panther meetings in this little building that he pulls up at. Obviously, he's reminiscing, thinking about it. So he stumbles into the building. It's kind of crazy that his dad having Black Panther meetings in this building led him to walking into this building, because if he didn't, his whole life probably would have never changed. But it did, because he walked in and he met a crazy ass white bitch that's on crack. Now, at this point in the story, we have not been introduced to crack cocaine yet. It's not really a thing. I mean, it is a thing, obviously, to all of us. But back then, at this point in the 80s, it wasn't like widespread. They didn't really know too much about it. And the people that did know about it, they were holding on to it because, I mean, wouldn't you? I found the most profitable thing ever at the time. I wouldn't want nobody else knowing either. Anyways, this crazy ass white bitch shows him what crack is. And obviously Franklin wants to know what the hell it is, so he gets to asking her about it. Hey, what is that? Oh, this? Oh, this is magical. It's like rocked up coke. You put it on this little pipe and you hit it and everything is euphoric. Now this bitch is in here getting high, talking about doors and stars and life and all types of stuff. Things that, obviously me and you know nothing about because we're not crackheads. But she's telling Franklin all about this crack and how it's special and how he's even special. She's calling this nigga a star, bro. You think this nigga Michael Jordan? Bro, she's even walking outside with her bare feet talking about it feels better this way. What the is that? You stepping on glass, heroin needles and shit. You know what? I'm gonna let her have it. Anyways, he tells her that he'll buy some more crack for her if, obviously she takes him to the supplier. So she does. Gives her a 20, she gets some crack, and he sends her back to the special place. Yo, did this bitch just kiss him on the cheek? Yo, hey, yo. And you probably read about her, man. She bad, but she crazy. Hey, man, she gonna be back tonight? Yeah, probably in like 10, 15 minutes. What is that, man? Rocked up coke? Yeah, exactly that. Hey, I'll buy all that shit from you, man. If you take me to who making that shit, hey, man, you crossing the line, blood. So my man Franklin hands this dude the backpack with 2 keys of coke in it. And obviously this nigga like, oh, you wanna go meet the wizard, blood? All right, then come on in, Dorothy. So we take him to go meet Swim, a dude that says he's either swimming in money or swimming in pussy, which is crazy, by the way, but hey, that's neither near or there. What is important is that this dude is an artiste, someone that really be putting that get painting when it comes to this crack. Bro done took coke and became Picasso with it. Now this dude doesn't understand why Franklin is coming here with these keys of coke. Like basically, he could simplify things. By simplify, he means I could rob your dumb ass. But Frank is basically telling him, look man, I'm taking a leap of faith by coming here, bro. Taking a shot. I got things I need, things I want, and you can help me get those if you just teach me how to make this motherfucking rock. He gives him this big ass speech about how he's an artist and artists want to create, and if you let me learn how to make this stuff, I'll spread the word of your art to the whole world. My man Swim like, fuck it, I'm gonna teach you. So we take him down there to the lab where him and his cook is with 2 keys of coke and teaches him the whole process of rocking it up. Baking soda, coke, heat, water. It's all you need, my. He was telling them this story about how these Peruvians used to take this little nasty shit that they would call base. It's like basically the residue of the coke and shit, and they would put it on cigarettes and smoke it. But everybody loved it. They would go crazy, base, base, base. So they basically wanted to reenact that, smoking coke, but in a way that makes sense and it's easy. So they just use baking soda, coke, some heat and water, and bada bing, bada boom, rocks. One of the most addictive drugs of all time that for some reason gives people superpowers instead of kills them. Every crackhead I know is like 90 years old, bro. That shit is keeping them alive, keeping them moving, keeping them active. Now that my man Franklin has finally gotten the recipe to make crack, things are probably going to be changing very soon. My man Teddy is enacting something that's going to create change as well by bringing up Jess Avon, the girl that's missing, in front of her sister. This can't be good for her, obviously, in the long run. Never want to get involved with a CIA agent, man. Now, my man Pedro was talking to his dad and shit, and this is not going to go well. Nigga talking about I got to tell you something. That can only mean one of 2 things, but we're not there yet. Anyways, my man Franklin pulls up on Kev and Leon, and they are pissed, bro. But they're not going to be pissed too much longer after my man Franklin teaches them about this crack. It's such a beautiful thing. Crack cocaine, making money, thriving. They just have no idea what is about to unfold. Onward to episode 8. But we are 8 episodes in, and they is out here rocking this motherfucking crack up, man. I mean, straight bagging it up, trying to get this paper. My man Leon tired of doing this shit. We're talking about, hey, cuz, man, I'm tired of bagging this up, cuz. Can we get some bitch to do it? I already did. Oh, this motherfucker got jokes, cuz. Now, my man Franklin is explaining to Kev and to Leon that there's no market for these dimes yet, so he has to create it. So this first batch, they're gonna give away to everybody for free. Get them hooked on it, in love with the high. Now, my man Kev like, look, man, we gotta know what this crack like. So can I try it? Famous last words. Bro out here trying crack. Crazy work. So this man hit the pipe. I mean, literally hit this joint. He getting high as hell. Look at him right now. Bro is lifted. I'm talking about zooted. Shit. Bro, he high as hell. Bro done fell on my man Franklin bed. He had to put the hat on. Oh, man. I still don't understand why this dude can't be dressed like Run DMC and he from Cali, though. Like, come on, man. My man Franklin saw him get high like this and was like, man, we gonna make bank. Now, at this point, my man Teddy is still rolling around with this shorty. The shorty that her sister's missing. The one that Alejandro killed. Teddy's trying to basically stay close to her. Get surveillance on her so he can figure out if she's gonna be a threat or not. And to also keep her from connecting them to the crimes. Teddy don't want this whole spot blown up. The fact that he's working for the government and selling drugs to impoverished people in LA so he can fund a war in Nicaragua with guns from the US. That. Obviously, he wouldn't want anyone to know. Anyways, they sitting at this diner and this guy shows up that might have some information on her sister. But bro was straight up blackmailing him, talking about, if I had a couple thousand to get a lawyer to get my visa, then I might remember. Oh, you was a special kind of piece of shit. Yo, Teddy took the words right out of my mouth. So we go outside and fuck this dude up, as he should, to get the information that shorty need. In the meantime, in between time though, Gustavo and Lucia pop up on Pedro and his dad. Now, y'all might remember from last episode, but Pedro said he had to tell his dad something. The reason he did this is because he snitched. He told his dad about everything. Them killing Enrique and the other guy that I can't remember that broke his neck falling down the stairs. That was crazy, by the way. He told everything. I mean, he literally blew the whole spot up. This man Pedro is a rat. Bro out here moving like Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and is just okay with it. Well, not me. I'm not okay with it. Teddy pulls back to his apartment and Alejandro is clearly in a fret right now because something has happened to his beautiful, beautiful wife. She got attacked in the middle of Nicaragua. But the problem is they've gotten attacked and Alejandro needs to pull up on her to make sure that she's okay. But this girl is also getting mighty, mighty close to chasing the magic dragon and telling the entire world that these two have killed innocent women. And by the entire world, I mean the police. And then the police will probably put 2 and 2 together, realize that they killed people because he's selling drugs to impoverished people in different neighborhoods in LA to fund a war in Nicaragua with US guns. I know it sounds crazy and it's a lot to say, but that is what's happening. Now, Lucia's dad is dying. I don't know if you guys understood that or realized it, but he's old and he's sick. So obviously, she's spending as much time as she can with him. Is this nigga smoking weed right now? I don't think that's gonna be good. You know what? Actually, if you're already gonna die, smoke as much weed as you want. Matter of fact, do heroin, do some fentanyl. Who cares? Lucia's dad is trying to explain to her that she's smart, fierce, intelligent. Wait, smart and intelligence, like the same thing. Whatever, that sounded kind of redundant, but the point that I'm trying to make is that she's all of these great things, but she can't do everything on her own. She needs help, and that's why she's got Gustavo, the goat. Because Pedro ain't gonna help. His weak ass would have let her die. Bro was watching someone big as hell laying on top, strangling her. Now, Shorty and Teddy go to Club Glitter at this point to ask questions to everybody there about her sister. They're asking every waitress, every stripper, every bartender, anybody that's ever around in Club Glitter if they know who this girl is. And as of now, they've had no luck. Nobody really knows who the hell the girl is. So Shorty is fed up at this point, and she suggests to Teddy that they get drunk and dance. I ain't mad at her. Shit, let's get lit. Let's see what my homie Franklin is doing. He's trying to get Jerome and Louie in the game yet again. He keeps going to him, trying to get him involved in his coke hustle. But this time, he alleviates the issue that Jerome had. See, Jerome didn't want to do it because coke, it's not a drug you can just sell to people in the hood. They can't afford it. It's too expensive. And he wants to sell to his own people in his own hood, so he doesn't go to jail. Black people in rich white neighborhoods, you're going to get caught. Black people doing things in poor black neighborhoods, ding, 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 freedom. And this is the drug that they needed. Some dime bags of crack. It's very cheap and affordable and addictive. All the things you need to make any drug be successful. Now, Gustavo is talking to Pedro's dad, bro. They having a conversation, chopping it up. Bro talking about, you ain't never had your dad take you horseback riding? What kind of Mexican are you? I didn't even know that Mexicans rode horses like that. That's a thing that they be doing? I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea. This dude Pedro's dad is hella passive aggressive though, talking about, don't worry Gustavo, at least you still got us. Like, bro, you clearly know that I killed your man. You know who else is killing it right now though? My man Teddy, bro, out there dancing his goddamn life away. Like he doing it for Lil Saint. They need to put my man Teddy in You Got Served, I'm just saying. Now the server ends up walking up to them while they're dancing and says, hey, are you looking for Kristen? And they're like, yeah, obviously. Oh my God, she was in here the other night hanging around this one really good looking guy. He kind of looked like a real Spaniard, like Brad Pitt type, you know, chiseled chin, big muscles, like a Latino Freddie Mercury or something, you know? Anyways, they were in here together, they were dancing and shit, and they left together too. Your sister's kind of a hoe. So Teddy gets this information and he is freaking out, bro. He's like, oh my God, she's actually figuring this out. She's too damn smart. So he's like, all right, hold on real quick. Bro gets on the phone, bro, and he's trying to figure something out. So he calls one of his colleagues for help and then gets shit-faced to make himself throw up to have an alibi for needing to go home. This was to buy time because he knew that Shorty was going to want to go to this address. So he needed somebody to go there, play the part, so this address wouldn't lead to anything and they'd be completely thrown off course. So he got drunk, threw up on this guy. Guy ends up beating his ass and he's like, oh my God, I think I need to go home. What a smart guy this Teddy is. I've never seen a smart Teddy before, except for like Winnie the Pooh, but that's besides the point. Anyways, Lucia goes to talk to Pedro's dad. They in the garden having a little conversation. Hey, you know I love you, right? Yeah. So bitch, why you lying to me? You don't even gotta do that, man. Oh my God, did Pedro tell you? Of course he did. How the hell do you think you wouldn't? This is really bad because obviously Pedro's dad, knowing this, he's gonna let Shorty slide. They're family. He's gonna let Pedro slide. He's family. He's not gonna let Gustavo slide because Gustavo killed his people. He wants this man Gustavo dead, and I don't blame him. If I was Gustavo, I would have left the country, bro. I'm being real. I mean, you could also murder Pedro's dad, but then you got this whole family after you, and it's like, at that point, what the hell am I supposed to do? Live my life in fear? I don't know. What would y'all do? Let me know down in the comment section below. This dude Teddy is tweaking though, bro. This man done showed up back to his house, got a first aid kit, put some damn frozen peas, what is that, peas or vegetables on his damn eye. Bro was really playing the part right now. I mean, he did get his ass beat because he's trash, but that's besides the point. Yo, you know, being in the CIA, I would think like, damn, I mean, they is a central intelligence agency, so you don't have to be like a super good fighter, I guess, but damn, they ain't ever give him no kind of training or nothing. Teach a how to throw some hands. What that man Jerome said in the later season, teach your how to squabble. Anyways, Shorty has had enough, yo. She like, nah, fuck that. I need to pull up at this address. I gotta leave. I gotta find my sister. And Teddy like, yo, let me clean up real quick. I'm gonna come with you. He's probably bought enough time at this point. Now my man Franklin pull up on Leon and Kev, bro. They at the basketball court in the hood chilling. This man Kev mad as shit because earlier they was trying to give crack to the neighborhood and this ended up getting attacked. Some hobo grabbed the crack up and ran off. So Kev and Leon ended up fighting him and he got blood all over his shoes. So now my man Leon wants his shoes reimbursed and he wants some hazard pay. And honestly, I don't blame him. Bro going through it, they putting their life on the line over some crack. But this man Franklin made a little jab at him. Oh yeah, sure bro, I'll give you 50 cents to go down to the Goodwill. Hey, you, Kai. I gotta pay for my own shoes just cause your mama dressed you your whole life, Kai. Man, stop playing with me, bro. Don't bring my mama into this. So then these two dudes started squabbling in the middle of the basketball court and Kev had to break it up. Now Teddy and Shorty pull up at the address and I ain't gonna lie, Shorty getting straight to it. She tried to climb over the fence. She is not playing with her ass. Shit, I wouldn't be either though. I ain't gonna lie. So they climb over the fence and this old ass white woman come out there talking about, oh my God, what are you doing? This is private property. I'm sorry, I'm just looking for my sister. Well, your sister isn't here, bitch. Now get out of here, fake ass Britney Spears. I don't got no time for this shit. Oh, well, excuse me, fake ass Martha Stewart. Okay, ladies, please calm down. It's enough for me to go around. Shut up, Teddy. Now, Teddy's colleague pretended to own this house and to throw them off the scent, basically. Shorty's really upset about this because she thought that, you know, maybe this was going to be their break. But she's kind of coming to terms with the fact that her sister's just gone. And you probably should have come to terms with that. I mean, she disappeared out of nowhere and you have no idea where she's at. And you and your sister had a good relationship. So, she's probably dead. Just saying. Just keep it a band. Call a spade a spade. She's not having a great day. But you know who is having a great day? Franklin and the boys. They pulled up back to the hood and everybody is waiting on them. They need more crack. ASAP Rocky. And I ain't talking about Rihanna, man. Franklin having a good day. Shorty's having a bad day. And you know who else is having a bad day? Lucia. Pedro pulled up. She's like, you told your dad, bitch. And this brought his dad there, bro. Literally brought him to their spot. I ain't gonna lie, Pedro's a little backstabbing. I'm fucking mad because she brought Gustavo and started fucking him. So you went snitch to your dad? Lame ass. But the day just went from bad to worse because Leon pulls up at Franklin's house to try to make up for the fact that they fought last night. But Lenny's there. Now my man Franklin back at the hood, bro. And he has to go back to his crib to re-up on some crack because he all out. Now he pull up there and Leon's radio was in the front. That's not good. Franklin go in the crib and he like, okay, you know, regular day. Put my book bag down, go to get a glass of water because I'm hot as shit. And Leon's in the back and he's about to die. This is literally in the back, got shot up crazy. I don't know how you survived Lenny shooting him, but he did. Bro, done put pressure on this shit and he's freaking out, bro. This man like, oh, the crack. So we got to call an ambulance for Leon, but there's crack in the crib. So we like, oh shit. He grabbed all the crack, put it in his book bag, and you know what he does with it? This man Franklin takes the crack and he jumps in the back of Mel's window and hides it in her house. This is going to become very relevant soon. Not right now, but it will. And just like that, we don't know what happened to this man Leon. Bro could have got smoked for all I know. But luckily for you, I'm doing the entire first season, so we're going straight into episode 9. We are finally on episode 9. And things have started to really heat up. And by heating up, I mean my man Franklin was spending all day in a police station answering a bunch of questions about Leon and what happened. Now we do find out pretty early as my man goes in the house and meets his hysterical mother Sissy that Leon is alive, but he has taken 2 shots. Bro, lucky as hell, I'm not gonna lie. Bro, he walked straight in the house and lied straight to his mom. And I'm not gonna hold you. Sissy's not no idiot. She knew exactly that this was lying. He took 2 shots, Franklin. He's lucky to be alive and you don't have nothing to do with this. Mom, I have nothing to do with this. I swear. I cannot believe how easy you can just look me in my eye and lie like that. How dare you, Franklin? Now at this point, Sissy has had enough. She understands that this man Franklin has been slinging that dope. Obviously, we know Franklin has been dabbling in that coke. And now crack, which is just a rocked up version of coke using baking soda. But it's basically the same drug, just a different chemical reaction. Anyways, wait a minute. Did Andre just walk in a house like this not knocking? What type of shit? Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I don't care how close I am with my neighbor, bro. They not finna just walk in my house without knocking on the door, talking about, hey sister, you home? I just want a minute with the boy. So he goes to ask Franklin about what happened with Leon and if he has any information on the 2 guys that were watching this house last week. You remember when Andre went over to the car and saw Lenny and Ray Ray out there. Sent them on their way, but he noticed them, which is enough. And because he noticed them, he started asking a bunch of questions. Questions that Franklin is not trying to answer. Because obviously that's the code of the streets. I'm not about to answer questions about what happened in the streets. You feel me? Andre is pissed and he's starting to realize that Franklin is not on the side that he thinks he is. But anyways, let's go check in on Teddy and see what's going on with him. So we find out from Alejandro that the connect that they had with the coke is no longer going to work. That whole camp got destroyed. So now Alejandro's like, all right, cool. We're going to keep the regime moving, but we're going to move with the Colombians. This is going to be the start of something very bad that happens in a later season. We're not there yet, but we will be as long as this video gets at least 5,000 likes, but that's besides the point. I know I'm shooting for the stars with 5,000 likes, but but I mean, I feel like we can get there. We basically hit the goal on a Breaking Bad video, and that was the first vid. So I know y'all can run it up for me. But Teddy's kind of apprehensive about working with the Colombians, and I mean, obviously for good reasons. They're Colombians, and they're probably dangerous. Now, Lucia and Gustavo, they're trying to figure out what the hell they're gonna do about Pedro and his dad. Now, Gustavo would just, you know, he wants to kill him, which to me makes perfect sense because fuck him. But obviously Lucia has other plans in mind because she's a pussy. At least that's what I thought she was. Interesting. Now this dude Gustavo, he's not trying to take this money Lucia's offering. Lucia's basically telling him, hey, you're not to do anything. You're gonna take this money, start your own thing, and get the fuck out of Dodge. Because if not, Pedro's dad is gonna murder you. But Gustavo ain't no bitch. He done wrestle with the best of them. So you think that Pedro soft ass and his little daddy gonna be an issue for my man Oso? No way. He asked Lucia straight up if she got cold feet or if she really wants to do this thing like she planned in the first place. And I'm gonna be honest, you can see it in Lucia's eye. That twinkle, that's the twinkle of somebody just trying to get this paper. We'll circle back to them very soon. But right now we're gonna see Franklin talking to Mel. And I'm gonna be honest, every time I see her, she looks weirder and weirder. I don't know, man. I just feel like they could have gave Franklin like a better little heart throb or something. You feel me? I know y'all gonna be like, yo, Sin, why you hating on black women? I'm not trying to hate, but I'm just saying she got a funny look. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, they end up going to her house, bro. They kicking it. But Franklin was really just trying to get in there to get his book bag with his coke in it. Mel realizes that he hid the coke in her room and she's pissed. Rightfully so. I'd be mad too. Like, bro, you basically using me to hide your drugs. You don't even care about me, cuz. The sooner she realizes that Franklin is selfish, the better. I know a lot of y'all are gonna say, Franklin's a real nigga, bro. He's looking out for his people. But as the seasons go on and on and on, you'll start to realize that Franklin cares more about himself than anyone else. Money is the root of all evil. I know it's cliche, but it's the truth. I like to think it's not the money, you know, it's the people, because money in of itself is just a kind of a construct created by people in order to leverage the things that they own and put it on paper so they can own more things. Because, you know, money, I mean, it's really not even anything. It's just a bunch of assets. It's just kind of something you can have on paper that shows that you have things. It's really weird and convoluted. But anyways, my point in going on this TED Talk is people are the shitty ones, not money. So Sissy pulls up to Jerome's house at this point, and Jerome's not there nor Franklin, but Louie is. And she is stressing out. I mean, stressing. And Louie can tell. And here goes Sissy blaming everybody but herself. Why y'all do this to my son? Excuse me, your son came to them with the idea. Your son did this to himself. Anyways, Louie and Sissy get into it because obviously Sissy's trying to blame everybody but herself. And Louie not trying to hear that shit. Yo, why is they going in on each other like that? First off, why does she make fun of her from being from the country? Like, why does everybody do that to Louie? I feel like every time Louie gets into it with somebody, they call her some sort of country bumpkin or a hillbilly, basically. Like, damn, y'all mad I'm not from the city? Like, sheesh. Now let's go see what my man Reed is up to. And basically Reed at this point is spying on Alejandro. See, Alejandro's meeting with the Colombians and Reed wants to make sure that everything's going swimmingly. So he has this very, very inconspicuous camera with a fucking 6-inch lens on it, bro. Might be more like 8 inches. Jesus Christ. Looks like my, all right, my fault. I'm just kidding. Your boy Sin has very small PP, very tiny. It's a genetic thing. My dad suffers from micro shrimp PP disorder. It's really crazy, but all right, I'm sorry. I'm trolling right now. But anyways, why is he trying to be sneaky with this giant ass camera? Yo, did they just slap Alejandro in his face? Oh my God. Yo, they slapped the shit out of his ass. Like me wouldn't have took that, but that's just me, I guess. Now after this, Franklin goes and pulls up on Leon to give him his hazard pay, which is just a new pair of shoes, which is crazy. Bro had to get shot twice to get a pair of shoes. I'm just saying. Now they're having a discussion about taking care of the guy that took care of Leon. Hey, cuz, this ain't even about revenge right now, cuz. It's about rep. Because if you don't take care of this, cuz, they gonna think we hoes, cuz. I mean, we kind of are hoes, though. Whoa, 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 whoa. I ain't a hoe, cuz. I done caught 2 bodies already, cuz. How many bodies you done caught? Well, I goon every night, so probably over 1 trillion at this point. What, cuz? Now, Jerona popped up on Louie, and he has showed her all the money that they made today in crack. And it's a lot of money. Oh my God, Jesus, twice. There's gotta be at least over 1,000, like maybe $2,000 right there. Like, that's a lot of money for one day, and it's dimes. Sheesh. Now back at Reed and Alejandro's, Pedro and his dad pop up, and this time Reed's pretty upset because who the is this guy, and why are you bringing him here? I don't like new guys. You know, Reed's pretty paranoid. He doesn't like to see anyone new. He doesn't like things to change without knowing. It's kind of like his whole thing. It's It's kind of weird in a way, but I mean, I guess it makes sense because he's a CIA agent. I guess they're probably always like that, you know, super paranoid, bro, looking over his shoulder all the time, wondering if anybody saw him beat his meat in the food court bathroom that one time. It's oddly specific, Sin. Are you projecting? Anyways, moving on. Gustavo pops up at the old Mexican gang that he was working with and tells them that he can't bring them coke anymore. And they're very upset about it. So you come in here and you tell me that I can't get any coke, Essay? Hey, come on, man. Chill out with that dumbass Hispanic accent. That's trash. Okay, my bad. But listen. You think I would possibly let you come in here, tell me that we're not gonna work together anymore, and that's gonna be that? So you're telling me this new family, right? They're my competition. You did the right thing by coming here and telling me. That was smart, honest. You know anything about that bitch and her family? Where they live? Kind of people they got? Any of that shit? Of course I do. What, you think I've been working for them and I don't take care of nothing? I don't pay attention to shit? Going back to Franklin and Louie, we realize in this moment that the reason why Franklin went to Claudia's is because he wanted to set up a meet with Ray Ray. He's trying to kind of parlay with him, do some business, set Lenny up, etc. But he has to do it the smart way. And in order to do that, he needed a meet. And Claudia will do it, but she basically wants Louie to come there and have sex with her, which is a crazy ask, by the way. But Louie's, you know, she's agreed to it. So she kind of likes Claudia anyway. But in return, she wants Claudia's club. This is going to become very, very relevant later in the seasons. But again, we're not there yet. I really like this show because they don't leave any stone unturned. Every single thing that they talk about or they do, it comes back. Makes sense. The plot points actually connect. That's good writing. Anyways, that Reed was with, trying to figure out what happened to her sister, she ends up getting pictures from the club, and she has actual pictures of Alejandro. Yeah, a big ass picture of his face. So now she's about to start making wanted posters and talking about, have you seen this person? Reward for this person? That's really bad for them because if she goes to the authorities, now they get exposed and the whole operation implodes. So Reed's probably going to be stressing about that. But in the meantime, Franklin meets with Ray Ray and tells him straight up, hey man, look, I got beat down first. I was retaliating. Y'all over here mad at me. First off, how was you even on this show right now? What happened? You ain't getting no better parts being on Atlanta? You was on ATL. Now you on Snowfall as a side character? Crazy work. Franklin put some money in Ray Ray's pocket. Sissy stressing. Louie about to go get that cookie up. Gustavo got the guns ready to pounce on Pedro and his dad. And sadly, Lucia's father has passed away. We are done with episode 9. And now on to the season finale of Snowfall season 1. Everything's about to hit the fan, y'all. Strap in. Now my man Rob dropped Franklin off. Franklin got kicked out of his house, so he's been staying with the white boy. But he pulled up on Jerome. Now Franklin pops up at Jerome's house, and Jerome, he's making a lot of money. Getting to the paper, to the bag. But he wants to talk turkey. Find out how much of the percentage of the money him and Louie are gonna get. Now boy, when we first popped up, man, you said that we was gonna split this down the middle, 50-50, man. Okay, and then y'all turned me away. So how, after I've done all the heavy lifting, can I give y'all 50%, huh? And I gotta take care of Kev, Leon, all the people around me. I can't give you 50%. I give y'all 10%. Remember, hold on, Louie. 40%, 20, and that's pushing it. 25 and we straight. We got a deal. And just like that, they get 25% on a handshake. If I was them, I would get a contractual agreement because, I mean, that motherfucker might change his mind at any time. Back at Pedro's dad's house, we're having a funeral. Obviously, Lucia is very upset because her dad is passed. And Pedro's dad's being a bitch. That's normal. Lucia's mom even pops up. Someone that she doesn't see often. For a good reason. She probably hates everybody here because they're all douchebags. I don't really blame her. I wouldn't want to spend any time with these assholes either, especially Pedro's dad. Just look at him, bro. He got that like smug look on his face, like he always saying some shit. Now Franklin go home to talk to his mom, and she's pissed. And thinks that he's been sleeping at Jerome's house. But he's been at Volpe's, which I guess is the white guy's family's name. I honestly don't know. Anyways, we find out that Sissy got fired at her job. Now Sissy is obviously distraught about losing her job because, I mean, there's bills and the mortgage, all types of stuff she has to deal with. She been working so hard for this douchebag, and she threw it all away. Now this man Franklin tried to give her some money. She talking about, I don't want your reefer money. No, mom, actually, that's crack money. And I'm gonna leave it here on the table anyway. So you could either use it or just stare at it, I guess. If I was Sissy, I'd be using every single dollar my son gave me. That's the difference between me and her. I'm a hustler. I love money. She is an idiot. She thinks because she using his money, it's gonna corrupt her. No, it ain't. You'll be okay. Now Gustavo's talking to the gang, and they're basically telling them that it's almost time to, you know, do the deed. And by do the deed, I mean murder Pedro's dad. And it seems like he's starting to get cold feet. So they have to remind him that they're almost there. Don't be a bitch. Something very important. Now my man Reed pops up back at the crib, and he goes in there, and oh my God, what the is that? Yo, he walked into the bathroom and Alejandro got Shorty in the bathtub dead. Oh, nah. This man, Alejandro, done smoked her ass, got her in the bathtub, and Reed is losing his motherfucking mind. I guess he got kind of close with her for some reason. I have no idea why, because she's a complete stranger, but you know, is what it is, I guess. So my man Reed turns around and he mopes out, and I'm thinking to myself, man, Reed's such a pussy. But that's not what happened. Bro walked into the other room, got a pillow, walked into the bathroom, and smoked this Alejandro. Oh my God, headshot. Anyways, Alejandro's dead and the girl's dead. So now Reed has 2 bodies he has to clean up. I'm not gonna lie to you. My man Franklin, he needs to get better coke. Bro pulling up on Ivy, spending all this money on this dumb coke, man. 12 bands a kilo, man. Hey man, when the boy first started buying from you, man, you was fronting to him. You know what I'm saying? 12 a key. It's a little high, man. Now that we buying up front, buying at bar, how about you save a little bit off that price, man? Huh? Maybe. Okay. Or maybe I'll shave your fucking eyebrows off. You greedy, black, nasty, dirty Whoa, what the f? Hey, calm that shit down, cuz. Hey, look, man, we gonna take him for 12 a key, all right? Y'all tripping, man. I told y'all not to act like that when we got here. Man, come on, though, nephew, man. What you want me to do, man? This motherfucker greedy as shit, charging a 12 a key and we buying up front with his stupid ass fucking head and dumb ass. Man, whatever. I hate that cuz. Now my man Reed went home and look at this dude. He is distraught right now. Why does Reed have bruises all over his body? How did that even happen? He didn't even fight anybody. Like, what the fuck is that? Kind of did my man dirty. I ain't even gonna hold you. Now Lucia meets up with Gustavo at this point and they have a conversation about what they're gonna do. And she's down like a clown. All right, that was kind of corny, my bad. But basically, she's okay with smoking the ass. Now after this, Leon is talking to Franklin and he's basically telling him that when he sees this Lenny, pull that trigger. It's either you or him, and don't let it be you. Great advice, Leon. I respect it. Reed's sitting at home in his boxers, and his subordinate comes to him, talking about, get dressed, Teddy. You smell like shit right now. Like, you literally smell like shit, and not even the good kind, you know? Like, oh, this that good shit. No. The bad shit, sewer shit, diaper shit, man. Like, you stink. So they pull up at the restaurant, and he tells this man that the president is proud of him, which obviously a super patriot like Reed would love. Gotta hate white people like him, man. Now he tells him that, hey man, I need you to step things up. Congress is starting to not back us anymore. It's not good. And we need you to make all the money for us because no one else is going to do it. Because no one else is stupid enough to let me be the puppet master. And you're just the stupid, dumb ass patriot we need. You believe in the country so much that it's easy to manipulate you. That's not really what he said, but that's what he was thinking. And of course, Reed obliges. Yeah, I'm gonna step it up. I'm gonna do everything I need to, son. Now Franklin and the guys, they're back at the cook spot. And it's time to meet with Lenny. So they pull up and we find out that they got Ray Ray to bring Lenny to him. I don't even know how this happened because Ray Ray's a hoe. Like, how did he subdue Lenny enough to tie him up, put him in a trunk? Like, how the f did he do this? This low ass dude. Man, I just want to say, man, I'm not a bitch here, man. Whatever y'all did to him, man, it f***ed him up. It would have got all of us killed. Especially me because I'm a bitch. So they pulled this man Lenny out of the trunk, bro. And at this point, I have no idea how this dude Ray Ray even pulled this off. This man Lenny don't even look like he's scared, though. He know what it is. Now this dude Franklin is a monster, bro. Because not only did he get Ray Ray to bring Lenny here, he also was going to make him slit his throat and kill him. So word of this doesn't go anywhere. He made this man Ray Ray catch the body so he can't snitch on them for catching the body. This Franklin is a monster. Gonna toss him some money talking about there's plenty more where that came from. What the fuck is that? What is wrong with him? Somebody stop this man. Now my man Reed at this point has killed Alejandro, but he is trying to step it up, trying to become the guy that is providing all of the money for the Nicaraguan war. And that's exactly what he does. He pops up on the Colombians and gets a gun pointed to his head. So you know how that's gonna go. Now he pulls up on these guys and they are confused because who is this white dude? That's not who we met. We met with a fellow Hispanic. Who the fuck are you? Oh, they about to smoke this dude. So Reed has to explain to them that he works with the US government and what's going on here. He's saying they can keep the DEA off of him and they like the sound of being able to do their work without being in trouble. So they make a deal with him. Now everything seems great. Even my man Franklin paid the ice cream man to give kids free stuff every single time he sees them. Wow. The only thing left to do is to kill Pedro's dad. And that's what happens. But in the midst of this happening, Rob is finally tailing Reed, trying to figure out who Javi's supplier is so they can get better coke. Now Gustavo pulls up and he asks to just talk to Lucia before he leaves, that he's going to dip off and never be seen again. But this is all a part of the plan. He's going to go talk to them, give the signal, and they'd come in and smoke everyone. And that's exactly what happens. They leave this Pedro dad stinking, bro. I'm talking about Ew, you smell like dead body. And just like that, we are finally done with the finale of Snowfall Season 1.